can't thrive in survival mode. I just do my best not to overload. Keep some eyes behind your head, just as the transit code. Spreading love and not hate is the antidote. The road we walk is rough, and it's been mighty tough. Ain't never giving up, cause the Father lives in us. Ain't even trying to ball, ain't worried about the
celebration, girl, cause it's your world. Living your life, speaking your pearls, doing big things, writing your name on the wall of life, embracing the shame. My celebration, girl, cause it's your world. Living your life, speaking your pearls, doing big things, writing your name on the wall of life, embracing shame. Let's pop a bottle cause she making straight A's instead of dying to age. She got her lane straight. Let's give her props cause she straight handling business.
I don't know what I was doing. I'm at my best between us two, and I thank God for sending you. I can't breathe more than 2 feet away from you. I just wanna lay with you. You make every day feel free. More than 2 feet away from you. I don't wanna stray from you. I pray for you, cause I can't breathe more than 2 feet away from you.
Okay, now it's recording. Say hey.
Hey!
Say this is Miss Clark's class.
This is Miss Clark's class.
And tell me what your names one by one, starting from Jordan.
My name is Jordan. That's why I'm doing my delivery field. Huh? My name is Shakria Malaysia's too. My name is Anisha Williams.
Okay. It was good class. Okay.
What? CD.
Down. Silver chip. That's good. Okay.
I got 18.
Jordan did his homework from last night. He made his story. How many chips did I give y'all yesterday for the story?
Oh, you gave us 2.
2 chips.
Oh no, you didn't give us none because you said we was gonna video. Said us reading this.
I didn't give y'all no. Oh yeah, I give y'all chips today. Okay, good. Okay, so let's do the prayer. Dear God, we come to you at this time with bowed heads and humble hearts, just thanking you so much for today. Thanking you for another day to be in your class and to be learning about you and learning how to be better children, Lord God. We pray that you will just go with us and stand by us and just wrap your loving arms of protection around us and protect us from all hurt, harm, sickness, disease, and danger. God, you're a wonderful God, and we know today you're going to help us with our arts and crafts. You're going to help us with our presentation, and you're going to help us to be the best students we can be. All these blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
We got 2 additional students. Their teacher not here yet, so I'm putting them in here.
Okay.
Y'all got to see wait till the introduction.
Hey. Okay. Now, we're going to explain, let me see. We're going to explain to the students who come in late. Okay, the first thing we have is our rules of be courteous and be respectful to one another. Each day we pass this rock, it's called Zion, and you say how you feel. You say you're not allowed to say fine, so, or all right. There's no running, playing, or loud talking without my permission because we do have fun up in here, but you have to wait till I say it's okay. You raise your hand before talking, and every day we'll do an exercise. And when we do an exercise, if you do the exercise right, you get a
silver chip.
And when you get a silver chip at the end of the class, I give out prizes. You turn your chips in for money, and at the end of the week, that's when you get the big prize. Okay. My name is Miss Clark, and I feel marvelous.
My name is David, and I feel great.
Good.
My name is Anisha, and I feel so happy. My name is Shelby, and I'm very proud to be a class today. Jordan Dickman, and I like being in this class. My name is Jordan Walcott, and I'm a
Thank you. Everybody did that good, so there's some chip for you. Another chip. Another chip. Another chip.
I have 19.
You can't trust them more than an inch. No.
You know why you can't trust him? Cause he's the real boogeyman. You won't see him coming, no you won't. Cause he's the real boogeyman. You won't see him coming.
So, you know, the question is, are we several communities combined?
Of course we are.
We are
And or if not, should we combine them? Milan?
I don't know about combining all several communities because, again, like even being part of the community is still like a lot. It's very problematic at times. So I feel that, okay, so rewinding it back just a little. Okay, so no, definitely not, because I just feel like even though I have a lot of lesbian friends and stuff like that, but I also know there's a lot of lesbians that look down upon transgender people. I have a lot of gay friends, but I also know there's a lot of gay people that look down on transgender individuals. So should I feel that we should combine the communities? Hell no, leave them separate the way they are. Like at the end of the day, like, you know, I just feel like where we at in our lives and how society, you know, have already like pushed us off into our own communities already. But I just feel like, yeah, it's just definitely, it's the LBGT is
So
separate.
you think it's segregated, leave it alone, leave it the way it is, let all the
These
communities
walls
be
keep closing in. My space just gets smaller and smaller. These walls keep closing in. Every day just gets harder and harder.
Just throw one out there, yeah. Just go ahead.
Here's a question. Like, I view people how they want to be viewed, right? Well, that's what you're supposed to do for a perspective. But I don't look at you like no man, but you are a gay man, right?
Excuse me?
But I think it's a misconception in the LGBTQI questioning community that we're all happy and gay. We fall into this whole spectrum of what gay is. I think that may be in the years and years, a couple years ago, it could have been the focus, and I think it was different then as well. Because if you think about like where we are in any when you talk about the world, there's African American culture, for example, but then you could also say, well, they're Afro-Caribbean, so that's another culture. So there are subcultures within a culture, and I think the LGBT community is like that. You know, there's this whole, I totally agree with Milan and Gina with where people want to put us. I'm okay because I understand the concept of community and what that means for overarching goal. But am I all right with not trying to fit in? I'm like Milan, I'm okay with not fitting in because I think that's when struggles happen that we're not always clear about how to make that separation about who we are and how we identify. I've been in positions and in rooms with people who are supposed to be my ally and been broken completely down for calling myself a black lesbian. And then my partner is not here right now, but if she was here, because she's masculine of center, which is a new thing in itself.
Let's talk about
that.
We're going to get to that stuff later, though.
Right.
And the list goes on and on about the things that mainstream society would say openly were perverse, but there's still a market for them. People are still going to market for that.
Not a gay man, but you're gay, right?
Gay isn't happy. One of the reasons why I want to get this surgery is because I don't like being ruled by my genitalia. I don't think that I'm still not gonna be, I still want to be sexually active, but I don't like responding to my sexuality in the way that this equipment asks me to, or tells me I should respond to my sexuality and who I am. This is not the match for me.
I mean, I'll give you a little more injectable. We'd have to wait another 10 minutes or so.
Now, with the surgery, will I be allowed to sit in on surgery?
Not inside the operating room.
Okay.
Only licensed staff.
Okay. Is there a screen or something that I can see?
No.
I'm not giving birth.
This is not open to the public.
Okay.
I know what you're referring to. You know where they do that in hospitals with the students? They put them in the upper level and they can't see everything that's going on, or they're filming during the process.
Right.
So to all you girls who are considering gender reassignment surgery, that's what you're in for. And that's just first base.
I'm so happy. This is what I'm saying. You gotta think about it deep with me. It's the same thing like the female shit. I just got all this shit. It's crazy. I never got all this shit before. Okay. You're a kid because... Stay with me.
Okay, stay with me.
Not only because you do things that a straight man wouldn't do. Because you gotta look at it. You kid because... Yeah, you a woman. Trans woman for sure. But I'm just saying, you're a woman. But you still like dick. Now if you was born a man, but at the end of the day you still like dick, you gay. Am I right or wrong?
I feel like that does some sort of misdeed to my creator, not to acknowledge every facet of me, every layer of me. Even those twisted and shameful layers as man would perceive them. Because I don't think anything about me is twisted or shameful. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. There are some things about myself that I don't understand. I just don't, there are things that I do sometimes, and when I do it, I'd be like, why in the hell did I just do that?
I encourage you to look for those allies who see the transgendered persons as the individuals that they see themselves, because we are there, and I am very much aware of what is happening to you and the people that look and sound like you. And so I want to say, for those individuals, I want to apologize on their behalf, because I know that that's hurtful. Where that comes from is, and Dion and I have had conversations about this before, is hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And so we do that very, very well. And as African Americans, we've been taught to hurt others. I feel bad about myself. I've been taught to feel bad about myself. You're different. Let me point you out. Let me make you feel bad. How dare you be a person who's born this sex and want to be something else? So I want to apologize on that behalf and encourage you to look for the helpers. And I am a helper.
I was born male, not a man, because a man is something that's grown. And also, I feel like this. I feel like I'm both of them. I mean, like I said earlier, that's what it is. I'm both of them. But I feel like my female, of course, is the more dominant spirit. Like I always say, we all have masculine. We all have masculine and feminine energy, but we balance it differently.
Suzanne Farr wrote a book called Homophobia is a Weapon of Sexism.
Come on, Wendy.
And I agree with that. I think that the reason why homophobia is able to function as an oppression, which is social, political, and economic systems that hold people out of out of institutionalized access to power. And the reason why people maintain homophobia is because of violence. The reason why oppression is able to be maintained is because of violence. Both physical, emotional, spiritual. Violence can be policy, you know. And so it's that violence that is rooted in patriarchy. Patriarchy being an ideology that believes that masculinity is superior to femininity. And note, I'm saying masculinity, right? You know, like, and it's that violence that's rooted in that ideology, right, that maintains homophobia. And it is that people are referring to when they're talking about the subjugation of gay people. You know, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about that violence. And so it's not actually about who you're fucking.
Break it down.
It's actually about how far outside of the norms prescribed by patriarchy are you?
So I'm not gonna feel like, but you stand follow you and get on that level with you. But for real though, like it's like that's the level that you on, but that's not the level I'm on. Like I want some other level shit, like for real. Like being trans is like some other level shit. God, that the things that I struggle with though, I am okay with. I don't know what it feels like to struggle with being a pedophile. You know, I don't know what it feels like to struggle with being a murderer. I don't know what it feels like to struggle with wanting to rob a bank or, you know, just, you know, coming up with schemes to rob and plunder and pillage. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know the burden of that particular struggle within this fleshly experience. But I do know the burden of erotic sexual desires. I do know the challenge of these S&M, you know, ideas I have, you know, about pain and pleasure. I do know what that's like.
Another level.
There's some other level shit. It's just some other level shit.
Other level shit, like?
It's some other level shit.
Other level shit.
I mean, but we still human. I mean, we still human, but it's just some other level shit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reed. Today is June the 17th. And we're here with Tela Love. And Tela, we're talking about your proposed surgery for tomorrow, June the 18th. What is it that you want done?
I would like my genital reconstruction surgery.
And which way are we going? The camera doesn't understand.
Well, I'm going from male to female.
Good. Are you in a rush or under any pressure to make a decision about surgery?
No, I'm not.
How long have you been thinking about it?
I have been thinking about surgery for the past...
You can speak a little louder.
I've been thinking about surgery for the past 20 years.
Okay.
What if I said, there's no such thing as being gay? There's no such thing.
There's no such thing as being gay. Well, I mean, I can't really speak for gay people. I mean, I've identified with being gay at one time in my childhood. But I don't identify with being gay now.
I think it's who you are. It's who you think you are, who you know you are, It's not for me to give you a label. It's not for me to want you to conform to a label. Because if I think of lesbian women, sometimes it's like, okay, there are different types of lesbian women. If I think of gay men, it's different types of gay men. So it's really who we know, who we are, and not having to conform to what society said we should be, because there are rules even in that. Right. Rules even in that where society say, because I'm attracted to men and women. And I have friends that are lesbians who said that you need to either join a camp or get out. And then I have other friends who say, why do you feel you need to tell people either way? And
I think that I fit into the queer category because I think that even though anatomically, if I was to engage in sex, the only way that I could perform is the way that a female would perform. So I don't really consider that, quote unquote, abnormal sex by the, by the way society looks at it as a whole. But I do think that because I'm open about being trans and I'm clear about my origin and the fact that I'm not ashamed of that, like, I do believe that makes me queer. Like, I believe that I'm queer. I believe that I'm different. I believe that some would even say that I was strange.
Have you gone over your informed consent?
Yes, I have.
Is there any unfamiliar medical terminology in your consent?
No, there was not.
Okay. Are there any advisories you want me to keep in mind when I'm operating on you tomorrow?
Yeah, I do want the pink.
Right, so we're going to open up the urethra as it goes from the urethral opening towards the clitoris. And that's how it looks pink. The vagina on the inside, which is really dark, people will not see that as being pink.
Okay.
But the pinkness is in what we call the vulvar plate.
Okay.
Okay, you will have pinkness there.
Okay, will I be able to arrive?
Will you have orgasm?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I can almost tell you 100% with certainty you will.
Okay. But my fucking facial hair has started growing because of these fucking testosterone shots. And I'm like, I like the way the testosterone shots make me feel because I have like a monster ass fucking orgasm. And what about death?
Probably around 5 to 6 inches. And whatever we accomplish, you can build upon that with the use of the stents.
Okay. And how long, how often will I have to use the stents and for how many minutes a day?
I would say your sessions should last 10 or 15 minutes and 3 times a day. And the answer is, how long will you have to do this? For the rest of your life, as long as you want to have an open vagina.
Okay. So, well, when I start having sex with my partner, will that serve as it, or will I still have to do it?
Well, I don't want to sound facetious, but if you have sex 3 times a day, every day, you don't need to do it. But you know, what we have is people that have a partner, and they have a lot of sex with the partner, and then there's an estrangement, the partner is out of their life, and they don't have the partner anymore. Next thing I know is they get a telephone call, Dr. Reed, my vagina is closed up. So you have to use the stents every day.
Okay. So, when after the surgery happens, how is it gonna look on the inside? Because I'm picturing myself trying to dilate, and I'm imagining this is an open wound. Is there gonna be like fleshy looking, bloody looking? What is it gonna look like on the inside that's gonna, help me to visually feel comfortable with sticking the dilator in there? Because I'm trying to imagine this open wound and me sticking something in it and being scared that blood is gonna come squirting out.
Remember, we're inverting your penile skin, and we may even use a scrotal graft to form a vagina.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a wound there, but then in that wound we inverted your penile skin.
Okay.
And the inside of your vagina is the same skin that you feel on the outside of your penis right now.
Okay.
It's just turned inside out.
So am I gonna be able to? I'm gonna have to always use lubrication every time I have sex.
We've done a study, on a bunch of patients and sent them questionnaires, and we find that most patients have definitely a certain amount of lubrication. If there's oral genital sex, that increases lubrication. If you need to use KY jelly, you'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But the chances are you will have some lubrication.
So how long does it take before I could actually feel like normal, like when I could get out and if I want to start exercising, or how long do I need to be just really taking it easy?
An incision does not have full tensile strength until 7 to 8 weeks after surgery.
Okay.
So you've got to take it easy as far as extraneous exercise until 7 to 8 weeks after surgery.
If I'm using the stents, I expect, because I'm going to do it at a level that's comfortable for me. Is it normal for the first time that I'm penetrated, for it to be some blood?
It could happen, yes.
So that's not nothing like the.
No.
And what about the catheter and using the bathroom, like for the first couple of weeks when I eat? Where's the poo gonna go?
The bike was her Christmas present, given to her by her parents.
Let me get up out the bed first.
Okay, I'm not doing anything.
Next, please. This is very early on Christmas morning. The last image we have of John Benet alive. About 22 hours later, on December 26th, a little bit before 6 o'clock in the morning, when Patsy Ramsey went downstairs, she said she found a note telling her that John Benet had been kidnapped. About 7 hours after
This
that,
how I'm gonna know if you're doing it right.
the body of John Benet was found in the basement by her father. Next, please.
Stand still.
This is where investigative officers found the body of John Benet.
As far as we could learn, we found no clear sign of forced entry. We did find
one of the
pry
things that I
marks
have
on
to
two
go
doors, but we didn't find any scratches
after
on the ground,
surgery.
which of course you would.
This is day 5.
And of course, there's the spider web.
Going to
And
the
we don't
bathroom.
have any photographic
Still get the
record,
pee standing up.
but an officer does remember seeing
But,
1 or 2
I'm going
intact
to the
strands of the
bathroom.
spider web running from this grate in front of this broken basement window
Release.
to this window
And
molding.
use
If
the bathroom.
entry did occur here, we find it very unlikely that
Transition
this partial
is
web would still be
the order
there
that
next
has
morning.
been
As of now, we've
in
looked
our
at 68
community for
suspects.
thousands of
Of the
years.
likely ones, handwriting,
And it shows how
fingerprinting,
serious we
DNA,
are,
and other forensics
how
tests
committed
or
we are to
strong
this.
alibis have eliminated the following.
So,
Chris Wolf, Fleet and
without
Priscilla
further
White,
ado,
Linda Hoffman Pugh, Melinda Ramsey, and John Andrew Ramsey, the John Ramsey children from the Illinois area. And in addition, 30 and holding 32 known sex offenders. In theory, the Santa Claus drove the Reynolds and still suspect. I told him later about the forceful murder of the young girl in the basement. But we think it was way too late for the whole problem. I had to inform myself. So, coming back, somebody in the house.
Okay, this is where my urine is at.
Okay. The catheter is going to a drainage bag. Your poo-poo is going to go in a toilet bowl where it always goes.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be able to poo it in how long? The next day?
No, as soon as you have enough food in your intestinal tract to produce some stool, you'll have a bubble.
Oh, okay. Well, where the pee go?
The pee goes into a urine drainage pit, and we'll show you how to empty that out.
Okay.
Now, what's happening here is my interview just has a few questions in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Hello?
Yeah.
Is there something that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, what is this? How long is the what?
How long does each stent last that you use?
Oh, okay.
Well, the first week you start out with just one stent,
Mm-hmm.
and then you build yourself up to the second stent on the second week. You always start out with the first stent and you work up to the second stent. And how long do you keep each stent in? Well, you want to keep the maximum stent in for ideally 10 minutes or so, at least. All right. So, the next thing I have to tell you, and we already touched upon this, is that sometimes in surgery unpredictable things can happen, some complications. And one of the serious ones, of course, is hemorrhage or loss of blood. And if it's severe, we may have to transfer you to a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to the hospital, I will follow you there and take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
But the hospital will send you a bill, and any other doctor, I'm looking at Sasha here, any other doctor associated with your care will send you a bill. That becomes your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another complication that could happen is perforation of the rectum. This could happen during your dilation. It could happen in surgery. If I see this, we will close the perforation and continue with surgery.
Okay.
Any other questions?
And how like, does that happen because the person hasn't been taking good care of themselves, or they didn't prepare correctly for the surgery, or that could just happen to anybody?
It could happen to anybody, but people who are at risk seem to be people who have anal sex, especially, within a few weeks before surgery, because it stretches the rectum. It happens to people who have bowel disease like ulcerative colitis.
Okay.
It happens to people who have had surgery before in the rectal or pelvic area. They seem to be more predisposed to having perforations.
Now, and this is the last question I have. Because I had my orchiectomy before I came here, will that make it more complicated for you to, make me be able to be orgasmic?
It should not. Okay, I'm going to go off. That's it.
So this is pretty much the last night that I'm not feeling any discomfort or just feeling totally complete but incomplete at the same time. And I know that this is something that I'm not gonna be happy if I don't do, and I know that I've got to go through in order to get through. This is one of those situations, but this is the last night before surgery. Today is June the 17th, 2014, and I am, my birthday is tomorrow, so I'm getting ready to go through with this. This is Wendy. Wendy said, can you see that, what Wendy said?
Don't, baby, I have shed enough tears for this whole world.
Wendy sent me a text message.
The other kids, they were always mean and nasty. He was the captain of the football
Zaria
team.
sent me a text message.
He would always say really nice things. That's my man.
And Olivia sent me a text message.
What can you not do that?
And I've been getting all type of stuff today on Facebook. It's just,
But if you don't mind,
it's been really, beautiful on Facebook. I'm very, I got so much to do right now as far as getting ready for this surgery. I'm fixing to wash my hair, and I'm fixing to plant my hair so that I could get ready for tomorrow. I want to wash it and plant it. I want to take me a good bath, and I just want to try to lay down and rest a little while. But it's about to happen. It's finally about to happen. That day is here. That journey that we started last year in January, that journey that we started is finally, this journey is finally coming to a close. And tomorrow I'll go to sleep and I will wake up like I was not before. And I'm excited about joining my sisters in history who have went through this surgery, who have undergone this process. It takes a mentally strong person to endure this process. And I believe that I'm ready, and I know that I'm ready, and I believe that I'm ready, and I believe that I deserve this, and that I can handle this, and I believe it, Lord. I believe it, and I'm not going to let the shadows and the darkness in my heart and my body tell me that I'm not worthy and that I can't handle it, because I can. You made my T cell count go up 200. I 200 extra T cells that I had over 3 months, less than 6 months ago. It went up from 6 something to 8 something, and that's a good sign that this is a good thing. Everything, all of my blood tests, all of my x-rays and everything, this is our season and the time is now, and this is for me, and I'm ready. I received my strength. So I was still unaware, unaware. So when God sent you, you were like the answer to my prayers. I can't be taking them shits like that, you know, like, for real. Like, I need to be taking my female hormone shots and calming my motherfucking ass down, for real. But like, that testosterone be having me like wired, like a bitch be like ready to go somewhere, like.
Raining on that wood. I'm swerving on that. Swerving on that. Swerving on that. Swerving on
Okay, to the New Orleans bound, girl. To New Orleans bound. To the New Orleans bound, baby.
What up, YouTube? This your girl Tela back in the thing again. About to give you that flawless remix for all my female family, for all my trans sisters in the struggle. One love is dedicated to everybody. Violence dropping, haters plotting, sisters gone but not forgotten. Moving, growing, never stopping. One love, let's get it popping. Erase from history, women of mystery. I speak epiphanies. You brag about Tiffany's. My flow is symphony. But man, I'm sick of these empty ass lyrics and these bogus rhymes. The world getting so shallow, it's a fucking crime. Chasing gold, ending up in the pine. Generations lost, blind leading the blind. Hearts alive, getting noticed. Rare flower, like the lotus. Hocus pocus, now we focus. Magically spoken to existence, let them lock us, keep your distance. Now the first becoming last, heard before, now I laugh. Long road, it's been a blast. Phoenix rising, clear the path. You ain't thrown away, girl, you here to stay.
I am right now. And I believe that I will get through this. I believe that I will get through this. That I will bounce back from this with a resilience like none has ever seen. And I speak that right now. Healing, prosperity. I speak the perfection that is me. I speak the healing over this area of my body.